Hey all you imps, welcome back to another reaction. This time it's MirraTheArtist again. Neuro-sama Deep Dive, AI Made with Love. This was requested by, let me check. What the heck is their name? Martin Gasparini 86? It was a comment on a... It was a comment on the Neuro-sama Life Fan Edit video. And they asked me to react to this, and also the video where it talks about how a turtle accidentally made the best AI or something like that. But sadly, I had already watched that before, like just before I made the channels. It was kind of like the channels were kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing. Be like, you know what, I'll try this. But yeah, I had already seen like that video, like, and many people react to it like 10, almost 50 times over. But yeah, so let's get started, shall we? And I welcome the swarm. Welcome. If you'd like, you can also be part of the Imp Army. Just subscribe down below. 3, 2, 1.
There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level.
Freaking sister location, freaking
There are just certain
intro.
design choices that were made for these robots.
While they talk, I'm gonna freaking eat some
We were hoping that you could shed some light on those.
chicken fried rice.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Mr. Vedal is a loser.
Quick disclaimer, this is not a new introduction. I recommend watching this video when you already have a basic understanding of who or what Neuro-sama is. For that, I'd recommend these videos.
Yeah, like that bottom right one, I've seen it before many times.
As a long-time Neuro watcher, I've been here since Evil was first a thing. I know, not an OG, but cut me some slack, okay? I was over my VTuber phase until I found Neuro. When people talk about Neuro, you might see...
I'm sorry if you're hearing me like eat and drink here. I just like I'll be done now. I just need to wash down the rice. Anyway.
Terms like V2, V3 getting used, and initial confusion is to be expected. After all, Neuro isn't just one AI. Since her debut, the AI that plays the game and the one that interacts with chat are separate. Nowadays, Neuro is a network consisted of several different parts.
I didn't know that.
I will try my best to explain the system from what I've learned as a
two-year
viewer of Neuro, who has zero knowledge of any form of basic coding, so you don't have to worry about any big words that you may not understand. Vedal has always been very secretive and protective of the actual inner workings of the Neuros.
Okay,
so
hold on. Hold on. For the sake of helping everything out, I'm going to be over here. Let's see. Calibrate head. And how am I looking? Okay, I think I'm good. Anyway. Alright. Back to the video.
My own experience and what I've learned from others. Firstly, Neuro has 3 main VTuber models, each labeled V1, V2, and V3. V1 was the free Hyoria model from VTube Studio. V2 and V3 both have improvements and changes compared to the model that came before. V2 being a total remake of V1 with custom toggles and expressions, and V3 is even more expressive. For
it is
Evil,
so cute.
I do see people using the same labels as Neuros, but her situation is a bit complicated. Her first appearance was just Neuro's V1 with red eyes, then Neuro got V2, and Evil received several recolors until finally settling on the black outfit, red ribbons, and red eyes. Recently, as of her birthday,
Her new model is
Eva
so
got a redesign
cute.
and her
I
own
love
one
it.
that isn't just a recolor of Neuro's V3.
It's got so much
Their models also
sass.
have preset animations and expression toggles that are 100% controlled by them. Only a few are redeemable toggles available for chat. Notice how I said main models. It's because their V2 had a few different outfits, and
Yeah.
occasionally are given accessories for certain streams.
The clown
After this,
outfits are so
we'll also get
silly.
more
I love
outfits
them.
for V3. Next, their
What the
voice.
fuck? What the fuck is that one?
Neur's original voice, referred to as V1, is just a simple text-to-speech high-pitched anime girl voice, being relatively monotone and limited in replicating certain sounds and pronouncing some words, especially names.
The one where she was drowning.
Evil's voice, known as V2, was originally intended for Nero as an upgrade for her to be more human-like. But the absolutely uncanny valley nature didn't sit right with neither Vedal nor most of the viewers.
I'm trying to make it better. I'm joking. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best. Asterisk hugs Vedal asterisk.
So,
Aww.
Vedal, with his massive noggin, just made a different AI with a personality that suited the voice so much more. Since then, he's made several changes and tweaks to Evil's
I
voice.
freaking love Evil so much more than regular Neuro, but they're both great.
I watched older clips and compared her voice then with her voice now. Initially, her intonation felt random at times and very exaggerated. Now it's a lot
Oh no, not the
natural.
ASMR stream.
Just slap a noise filter on, put her on a call, and you cannot tell me she doesn't sound human.
Did you know no one showed up to my birthday party? How sad is that? Maybe I'm mean because I'm lonely. Womp womp womp.
Currently,
Bruh.
Vedal is working on V3, finally replacing Neuro's original voice, which is certainly a challenge given how Evil was born the last time he tried.
If you how's V3 going?
Speaking of voices, there's singing voice. The
Oh,
V1
it's so
voice
great.
had a lot of issues with the pitch. Either
I was on the
sounding
Swarm
too
FM
high
earlier
or too
and
low.
Ocean Man started playing.
She just sounds straight out of an analog horror. V2 voice sounded much more like Neuro herself singing naturally. However, she still occasionally had minor issues with pitches. Finally, V3 is the voice currently used for both twins, the most advanced and could 100% pass as a real person singing.
Yep.
However, it would be a mistake to assume that they are 100% AI. You see, the singing part of karaoke streams are pre-recorded. The process presumably goes as follows. Vedal takes a song sample, preferably one with a female singer, gives it to the AI to produce vocals of either
Sorry,
Neuro
I'm
or
like-
Evil. This isn't the final step. One of Vedal's friends, Queen PB, who's a Vocaloid producer, tweaks the AI's produced vocals to finally be put into the complete cover.
I assumed it was something around these. I didn't think it was on the fly. I was thinking it was like a either pre-recorded or pre-set up
It's not 100%
to make the AI
certain which
specifically
song
say it like
has
this.
tweaked vocals and which ones don't. Also, Neuro's and Evil's singing voice isn't the same, due to the fact that Evil's variety in pitch isn't as unnatural sounding as it would be for Neuro. Evil sound so much better than Neuro. Just take a listen.
Why?
Anywho, Neuros can also be programmed
Why
to play
that
a few
one?
games,
Why that one
usually
specifically?
turn-based ones that don't involve any reaction
I feel like
time.
looking this
One
way that like
exception
the
would be
voice,
Minecraft,
the
and
thing that like opens up my
also
mouth
Among
ain't
Us,
working
but
quite right.
Neuro barely played that game. Additionally, the twins are given access to polls, the ability to change the stream title, and a full-on soundboard.
Yeah, the flip.
I'm not even a top Z streamer right now. I didn't do it.
That freaking,
I think it means we're
that
not
freaking sound
alone.
effect. Not the pipes.
The most
They're
intriguing
calling.
part about these AIs is how they give responses. Their improvements is seen almost day by day, and it's the slow but consistent progress what makes following along for the journey so exciting. In the beginning, Neuro was just reading chat, giving unhinged responses,
Oh, not the chicken nuggets
random
recipe.
nonsense, and occasionally throwing out like several paragraphs of yapping. Sure, it was yapping, but It was high quality yapping. She does have 2 filters in place to prevent any incidents. One being just a list of things she can't say, and the other being in AI. Nowadays, Vedal leaves only the AI based filter on, but that one's a bit slow.
Stupid, silly, poor people. Filtered. I feel kind of bad for the poor people now.
Unlike what most people would believe, Neuro isn't based in any public large language model like ChatGPT. She's likely to be her own custom language model since it'd be easier
Most likely
to
from Twitch
develop
chat.
and server cost would be cheaper. Actually, how much do AI servers cost?
I'm guessing 3,000. Oh,
okay.
shit.
Never mind. You may not realize it, but to go from just a typical prompt machine to the Neuros of today, Vedal had to make so many adjustments to the AI, making sure they're more coherent, getting them to stay on topic but don't linger on the same topic for 20 minutes straight, improving long-term memory to remember
Freaking
stuff
Neuro
from
in the
several
Windows
streams
logo.
prior,
Yeah.
improving short-term memory to remember a conversation from 5 minutes before, giving them vision, the ability to search the internet, their own Discord accounts, and a whole slew of other stuff. Every Monday dev stream, Vedal would show the tweaks he made to the AI system, and no matter how small, it was always exciting. If I had to describe it, it was akin to seeing an artist work hard on their beloved creation and seeing the little ones grow and mature every day. Speaking of artists, Neuro produced undoubtedly the most ethical piece of AI art you will ever see.
////. Oh.
I mean,
Aww.
you know,
Their nature
That's
as
cute.
AIs also let them say things that would get real people in so much trouble.
It's one
Oh
thing
no.
to watch a stream and not donate, but it's another to not even bother with the measly 5 seconds it takes to leave a tip.
No.
They suffer no real repercussions because they are not real, as in they're not real people. Therefore,
I
it's
thought they were
also
going to show
easier for
someone
them to
else on
fit into any
screen.
imaginary scenario. The greatest potential for AIs lie in the question, what would they do if blank? That's why there was a period when the Neuros were doing role-playing themed streams a bunch. They were
Oh, the
doing
freaking
so
News
many
Network
themed
one. That was so
streams that
fun.
it's no wonder people see Neuro as an interactable anime. The twins truly
Wait,
shows that it's
what did
no
that
wonder people see
freaking
Neuro
hat
as
say? I
an
want to read it. Okay. Fish fear me. Toodle turns his eyes away from me as I walk. No chatters dare make a sound in my presence. I am alone on this barren Twitch. And then just a picture of a trout, I think.
interactable anime.
It's either a
The
trout or a
twins
salmon.
truly show their full potential when in a
Oh
hypothetical
no.
scenario. And because they are often seen as characters, the streams are also treated like episodes of a show with seasons and
Yeah, it does feel like
arcs,
that.
like the bread arc or the pirate arc.
Neurobrit.
Aye, sister. You be the best sister in the world.
I gotta
thanks,
watch
yeah.
this at some point.
You
I
be
have not
anywhere
seen
near as good
this
as me. Wink.
one.
Consequently, you'd see people talking about a VTuber finding Neuro like a new
Though I'm just saying this right now, I'm not reacting to something that's like an hour long. That's just not in the cards. Not in the cards. At least not yet. If I can somehow if like my channel somehow like goes big a bit and like it's way more viable to just continue. Come on, that highlighted freaking gear was messing with my OCD. Anyway, freaking. If my channel can somehow become like viable, heck, this one or the gaming channel, link in the description. Then yeah, I would probably be releasing like one video a day, and like some videos would be definitely like maybe some would be an hour long or so, maybe a little longer than that. But like as of right now, like the farthest I'll go is maybe 40 minutes, just because like one space, two freaking the amount of time it would take to freaking upload that crap, because my internet sucks ass. So yeah.
character brought in by writers. But seriously, hilarious coincidences that make me question
The
whether
freaking
everything is
silly
scripted or not
drawings.
happens a lot. Even when it isn't about Neuro and she isn't around.
Vedal's secret, you said. This? Vedal's secret? A short love story? Is this what you want me to play?
A few inches later.
Huh?
I should disqualify this. I want to
What?
disqualify this.
It's you.
Yeah,
It's-
that's me. That's me.
So you were actually in Vedal's Secret. You are Alex
that
from
was
Vedal's
me.
Secret.
Yeah, he is Alex.
What the
from
fuck?
Vedal's
Why'd you
Secret.
say don't call you Alex from Vedal's Secret when you are Alex from Vedal's Secret?
Ah, yes, even these spin-offs are well thought out. Back to the
The heck is that, dude?
Even with all the crazy abilities,
Why do they have a
granted,
grill in a
these
cave?
two still have several issues. I'm not talking about how they would consistently refuse to listen to Vedal. That's a feature at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Things they say don't make sense 100% of the time. There's a minor error where Evil would mishear people calling her Neuro, despite them clearly saying Evil. Despite being separate files on Vedal's computer, there were several cases of the twins interacting, but their conversations don't sound like two people conversing, but rather one person expressing a single continuous thought. That's just my viewpoint, though. Don't quote me on that.
They most likely share a
Finally,
couple
there's currently
files together, or possibly have some type of
where
link,
the twins would
so they
share
can
each
chat with
other's
each other
memories and
a
even
little more seamlessly.
remember things that they should have forgotten. The worst part about this? Vedal has no idea why.
Yeah,
Of course, Neuro-sama is only possible
that's
because
comforting,
the man, the
isn't it?
turtle behind it all, Vedal himself. He is a perfectionist when it
I
comes
love
to improving
like
Neuro.
freaking Vedal's
I
little
mean,
turtle model. It's so
obsessed
cute,
won't
but
even
so
be
bland.
enough
At
to
the same time, it
describe his
captures
development of
his
Neuro.
personality
Your
almost
latency
perfectly.
right now, the evil's latency, improving the latency, evil's latency. They call me Lightning McQueen.
Am I faster than?
This is the old system,
I am
for reference, by the way. It's a little bit
speedy.
slower.
Okay.
It's a few hundred milliseconds faster. The difference is noticeable to me, at least.
Average chat reaction. Yeah, like,
Despite claiming
look, if it's not like at the point where I'd have like a noticeable thing is at like 0.5. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, whatever.
not to be a streamer of any kind initially, his
Freaking the
brain
freaking
is
turtle
content-pilled.
mask.
Dare I
Bruh.
say, even more than his AIs that were made for entertainment.
So you two
Ow.
guys spam now.
I've done that before, man. It ain't fun.
Wow. Guys, this is content.
Hey, Fillion.
This is the content you pay for on this fucking channel.
He understands and knows
Bruh.
what makes good and engaging content when it comes to Neuro. One small example, he wanted subtitles for Neuro so that it'd make better screenshots.
I'm a
Not
potato.
for readability, but for content reasons. Now, regardless of what AI we're talking about, one thing everyone can agree is that content potential is endless, but it becomes boring once oversaturated. Putting up
Yeah,
the
that can
same
happen.
just chatting stream every single day of the week isn't fun to watch. Instead, Neuro and Evil takes turns, and there's variety in the type of streams as well, like karaoke, collab, role-playing theme streams, and they come online like only once every other day. Recently, only twice or 3 times a week. Although it is pretty
I feel like
obvious
he's
that
trying to
this
do
is
some
a
like big
good way to
changes,
make
or
every
possibly
stream
just
special and
low
worth looking
rest and
forward to.
relaxation
Have
period.
you ever noticed that Vedal is probably the only person doing this with his AIs? As far as I'm aware, most other AI content creators are just left to run and the humans behind them don't even bother putting in any real work. Yes, there
Yeah.
are certainly good AIs out there, however, none has ever managed to reach the level of popularity that Vedal and the Neuros have. Success
There's a
as
very good
content creator online
interpersonal
is
kind of
10%
thing to
skill
it.
and 90% luck. What Vedal did was catching the lightning in a bottle that was the Osu community's initial support and took Neuro further beyond. He played all the
I could
cards
never
he
play
had to
something
his
like that.
advantage, and Neuro didn't end up
My
as a
hand-eye
one-hit
coordination
wonder.
is
We may
not
see
that
the
good.
AIs up front when watching their streams a few
Heck,
times
it's not
a
even
week,
that good.
but what we don't see is all the work Vedal puts into behind the scenes during all the other hours of the week.
Yeah.
Implementing new features, fixing bugs, planning streams, scheduling collabs, and so much more. It was all him in the beginning. Nowadays he has more people helping him out, but credit where credit's due. This guy was probably chucking 5 bottles of alcohol and working with 4 hours of interrupted sleep daily for a long time. And
Yep.
his definition of a break from work is to keep working on Neuro. Never mind other AI programmers, Vedal's pulling more hours by the desk than most streamers. Seriously.
Hell, I almost felt like not wanting to record yesterday. Like, I'll be honest, like I was feeling kind of drained, but you know, once I started actually recording, I felt a lot better. But you know, it happens. Sometimes you get a little bit of burnout, but sometimes you just got to push through and things work out. Like today, for half the day I was just like, okay, I'm gonna record. I need to record. Okay, I'll record. And then I finally started. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm having fun.
Vedal, please don't die from alcohol poisoning. We beg you. Besides his blatant alcoholism,
Bruh.
Turtle is a man of his word. He does things slow, but he gets them done. Take this stream from early on in Neuro's development.
Slow and steady wins the race.
A lot of his plans for Neuro, and guess what? He's done most, if not all of it.
Any plans for VR chat Neuro? I'd love to do that if I can. I'm glad.
That's really cool. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I only have the sparkle eyes and the blush. I have like an evil Neuro and a not evil Neuro. And like have them talk to each other and interact in a collab or something.
Okay, I'll start now. I hope I remember it right.
Instead of programming her to play out games, could you have her react to your own gameplay? Yes, although it's kind of hard for her to understand exactly what's going on. I was more thinking in regards to the options that we have.
Okay.
Explain could work. Maybe we need more info.
Alright, we'll explain. I do want to do Neuro in other languages as well, if possible. Teach her drawing. If I can do that without it being called AI art and not being cancelled, that'd be good.
Aww.
He keeps his promises when it's not abandoned archive. Despite the monotone.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. When it does come out, I'll probably play it for the channel.
But
the gaming channel. Blue Oni.
Clearly, his stoic and non-responsive nature bounces
I know I already said that, but
situation's constant demand for attention incredibly well. It's different from most other collab partners who would usually go along with the Neuro's antics. Plus, being British is inherently funny. I mean, not that I would know. But he's not even trying to be entertaining and still casually pulls stuff like this.
You've made her a good 2D model. Now you gotta make her a real body,
What
right?
are you trying to say?
What?
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh, I just realized what that.
It's that. I didn't piece it together either.
Happens around this turtle. Fun fact, he considers Evil's first birthday a success based on the amount of death threats he received. And just for the record, this dude's in his 20s. Yeah, half expected him to be double my age with that.
And he is such a success compared to me.
Off stream, Vedal is a genuinely good person. He firmly believes that using other streamers for Neuro's training without their permission is unethical. Despite people assuming Neuro has been trained on some streamers' content, Vedal has stated time and time again that he's never done it and has no intentions of doing so. Personally, I believe that, besides chat, training data for the Neuros most likely come from collabs they do with other people. The Neuros
probably
contribute to the stream overall. Besides that, Vedal maintains a good relationship with his friends and he actually cares about them. One time he wanted to do a zoo stream collab where Toma would walk around a zoo for Neuro, and he insisted on hiring 5 armed bodyguards for Toma.
If one bodyguard is $500 and you want to get 5 bodyguards, bro, you're gonna pay how much?
Yes, that sounds crazy, but IRL live
$2,500,
especially for VTubers, so I wouldn't say he was overthinking it too badly. And if anything, he's throwing money for content. He'd be willing to spend thousands on his friends if it meant he's getting content or something for his AIs. To add to everything, Vedal's just a chill guy. He knows what he should and shouldn't do to keep himself out of controversy. And it does help that most Twitter degens that hate on Neuro doesn't even know he exists. The freaks see the AI getting popular and get mad without even understanding anything about her development. It sure saves Vedal the trouble of dealing with nonsense. To sum up, Vedal was fortunate with the timing on his development of the OSU AI and Neuro. He managed to make...
I'll be honest, whenever I first heard about Neuro, like about a year or two ago, I was a little skeptical, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to be this in-depth, but I did give it a chance, was the thing. I wasn't immediately just like, oh gosh, use an AI to do this shit. Because I had already known about like the AI president stuff, and I found that funny. So I was just like, oh, okay, so is it like just somebody text-to-speech kind of like or something? But no, it is way more in depth than that. And I was just like, all right, well, here's some more clips. Here's some more clips. Here's some more clips. Oh, hey, cool. They're doing this type of stream. That's cool. Camping. All right, that's nice. And the rest is history at this point.
Use of the situation as well as his knowledge and skill to create a standing for Nero and himself in the VTubing scene. And just for being a good person, it's safe to say that we made the right guy famous.
Vedal versus hardware.
Yes, but it wasn't his fault. It was my fault because I did not tell him the order of operation.
It sort of broke one of the RAM slots. Well, there wasn't much clearance between the CPU core and the RAM, and I was like, fuck, I gotta stream, I'm late, and I was like fucking trying to push it in, and then like the thing snapped off, and I was like, and then I tried to sort of push it in anyways. There's a small complication regarding the exact
the thing isn't big enough for it.
Are the dimensions
Hardware
of the
engineers.
GPU by any chance larger than the dimensions of the case?
We got a hardware. We got hardware engineers crying at a software engineer freaking trying to build shit.
It's quite fuzzy.
A swarm refers to a large or dense group of insects, especially flying ones. The swarm was originally the name Nero's given to her visionary army of drones in her plan for world domination in her earlier days. Now it's what the fans of the channel refer to themselves as.
Welcome,
And just
Swarm.
like any swarm that
I'd like you. Please be nice to my imps. They're not. They're not that plentiful in numbers right now. So please be nice. You can go. You can go over to the cave. Relax by the fire. Just chill. Anyway.
Race like a hive mind, they are focused, they are dedicated, and if I had to describe their directions in one word, assimilation. First, let's just assess the swarms within the AI overlords' streams. In the beginning, the chat was funneled into Neuro so that she'd have something to interact with. However, as the viewer numbers grew, the chat slowly evolved into a mindless hive mind of emote spammers. So Neuro just stopped reading every message. You know what they say, a hive mind is meant to be efficient, not original. And the definition of efficiency is throwing money at whatever's on screen. And in the previous subathon, they were so desperate to keep the month-long stream.
I was watching these. I was watching these. I think I made it to like VOD 8. I think into it.
Going that it was the
Well, I never saw the ending.
Hour for like 7 fucking hours. Poor Turtle was being imprisoned by his own chat.
Dude was getting blue balled for 7 hours with money.
Swarm sponsored by a bunch of oil rigs or something. By the way, here's a graph. And if I had a nickel for every website the swarm have crashed, I'd have at least 2 nickels.
Truckers
Which
FM.
isn't a lot, but it's impressive that it happened.
It happened twice.
Guess I don't have that kind of power.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? How did you crash the site?
Oh, makeshift. Oh no.
For a while, I thought that Nero was still a niche, and that these guys weren't well known. But their streams nowadays get an average of like 4,000 viewers. And I only realized how big of a deal Neuro-sama was after seeing the utter display of power from the swarm. Imagine being a streamer to an audience of 10 people. Then the swarm just shows up.
I can't even imagine streaming, honestly. Like, yes, there's the whole thing of, like, my internet is shit, so streaming is a no-go right now, but, like, I honestly don't know if I could handle the stress of streaming. Because I might say I might say something super stupid, I might say something super messed up, and not realize. I might freaking... chat might hear something that I don't want them to hear, like, because, maybe someone, like, came to visit or something. I'm like, there's so many, like, unknown factors that, like, just freaking stresses me the hell out. Like, Like if I had like a very controlled environment, then yeah, I would probably attempt to do some streaming. But my current situation and all that, no, definitely not. So these videos are what you guys get for now. Sorry if I went on a little rant there.
Now all of a sudden, you, a small theatre performer, has to accommodate a stadium. Just ask anyone in Vedal's friend group who used to be small streamers. Server, Ellie, I'm sure they'd all say the same thing about Swarm. They are very nice, they are very dedicated, and don't friend them because they will throw.
Now I will join streams. I just won't. Like I'll join like chats and streams. Like I've said that. Well, I don't think the video might not be out yet, but like on the gaming channel, I talked about how like I go to like certain streams. You'll find me occasionally on the Swarm FM, usually for just a couple minutes at a time because I'll have something going on at the time, and I just want to check in and be like, hey, how's everybody doing? Like, and see what song's playing currently. But otherwise, yeah, no, I ain't streaming.
Money at you and crash your stream faster than you could say.
Maybe one day, but not any day soon. Oh shit. She was drowning in bits.
Interesting enough, you'll be on their radar regardless of whether or not you've ever even interacted with Neuro or Vedal.
Yep.
Will you do so much as to touch the Neuro-sama pool for the first time, the Swarm will find you and dump several years worth of lore onto your head.
I welcome you all. Please show up. Like the Swarm, you can be part imps. I don't care. Like, you're welcome. And I don't mean you're welcome as in, like, the thank you, you're welcome. I mean, like, you are welcome here. Oh, fuck. I just ask that be nice in the comments. Don't spam. That's really all I ask. And occasionally watch. You don't have to watch every video I make. I'm not going to be like butthurt if you don't, but I'd like at least watch some of my stuff, please. Anyway,
what did I say? Prepare for a simulation? A lot of the time, new streamers are introduced to the Swarm via raids. On Twitch, when a stream ends, the streamer can redirect the viewers into a different stream by raiding. So, how does Vedal choose who to raid with all this power at hand? Well, he just picks one that has a nice model. Wait, seriously?
Huh.
Surely Vedal is aware of the sheer power at the tip of his fingers with the Swarm. At will, he
I'd probably
just
have a panic
tells
attack,
people to
honestly.
give streamers
Like,
money.
I'll be perfectly honest. If I already get like kind of like if I get like multiple comments in a day, I start getting like, oh no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love comments. I love likes, views, all that. Like, that's amazing. But like, I have anxiety out the wazoo. If I if I somehow like immediately jumped to like 1,000 subs out of nowhere, I'd be like, holy shit. Like, I would be like panicking while also being elated. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I made it. How did I make it? Why did I make it? What? I know that like my model can't like express too much. My model is like 80% freaking smiles. I can't make it frown. I've tried. It's capable of frowning, but I can't make it with my face. I'm not sure why. But back to the matter that I was saying. Just I'm freaking losing myself here. I would be so grateful that I would feel unworthy, basically, is the short of it. But this video is going to be like an hour long, isn't it?
Money, but Tuto over here is commanding his followers to do the dirty work, and they'd happily oblige. Early on, there were a lot of VTubers who were raided by Vedal like this and ended up involved in the coolest friend group ever with the twins and Vedal. Some are more involved with the twins streams than others, but everyone offers their own thing to the table. This makes, in my opinion, the collabs especially exciting.
Oh, the little turtle pie crust thing. Or is that pizza?
Wholesome. I don't know what sort of luck Vedal had.
Neurodog. I really want to
managed
see that in
pull
action
a
more.
robotics engineer to build his daughter a robot dog body, from a
I've seen it
random
walk, but that's
toy
it.
trade. And the Swarm also
I've never seen it do
sticks
anything
around
else
and
than walk for
actually
like 2
helped a lot
minutes.
of the streamers they've come across to grow and develop, and one time even paid for medical bills. They are called the Swarm in the most literal way.
Why is Vedal
they
stinky?
Will do anything
Why does he have
for
stink
their
lines?
queens. Such list would include sending them to space,
I've been meaning to watch that too.
billboard for an award show, and even advertising silly occasions on there like Evil's birthday. Never mind, that's pretty important. Also, they created a VTuber out of Evil's one-time hallucination, basically willing people into existence. To the Swarm, they don't just follow the streamers. The Clippers are arguably just as significant in this cinematic universe. Did I say significant? I meant popular. And rightfully so. They're the ones contributing to people who happen to spawn 7 hours too far to catch a stream at a reasonable time. And during the content droughts that were Vedal's post-subathon breaks,
I'll be honest, like the Clippers and stuff are what I get 90% of my freaking stuff from. I never catch a stream because I'm never going to be able to.
Somehow finding a streamer with 2 viewers that happen to mention the turtle. I'm looking at you, Staz. The shipping is absolutely
I don't know, but alright.
Are even more clinically so. All I'll say is, I know why now so many anime protagonists are just regular guys. I've seen a lot of incredible community art projects that come out of this, and it just goes to show that these AIs are beloved just like any other human streamers.
That's cute.
And honestly, I'm proud to be a part of this community. Least dedicated fanbase, by the way.
Award for most dedicated fanbase of the year goes to Donkey Birds.
Bullshit. That is bullshit.
Swarm member, surely you'd remember.
I don't know anything about Donkey Bird's chat.
Just her playing Osu and talking to chat. Then she got her first collab with a human, her first friend. As time went on, Neuro, Vedal, and eventually Evil.
Was that Oni-Chan? I know it's Onigiri.
It's fun seeing them come together, usually just to hang out. Personally, even without Neuro or Evil, I still like watching these people interact with one another.
Dodgers?
The AIs were the reason that brought them together, but as I, a viewer, learn more about them, I stick around because I want to see the human interaction. That's one thing special about the Neuros and this community. It isn't just that Vedal made AIs for streaming, it's that they were able to give back real value to other people, gathering individuals that otherwise may have never known each other, indirectly helping them to form friendships. If Neuro didn't exist, it's unlikely that they'd ever come into contact with one another, let alone become friends. In turn, they surround the twins with what most AIs don't have: love and compassion. I understand that AIs are
and actual people
to calculate and output results that they think are expected from them, but that's sort of it. Since everyone treats the twins like they're human children learning about the world, they have formed personalities that would make them more human in our perception. But they aren't trying to impersonate a human.
I just noticed Vedal on her head. He's so tiny.
We love them because they are born from a person's hard work, and their personalities are built from being surrounded by people who love them for exactly who they are. Just AIs goofing around. Even if any bit of humanity shown by these AIs aren't real, the love coming from everyone else around them is real. And
the work put into them definitely goes back out and then some.
With where Neuro and Evil are now, Vedal still wants to improve them. The final goal is to have them being fully autonomous, being able to plan streams, plan collabs, play games, do karaoke, everything all on their own. And Vedal would retire. However, I don't think it'd be that simple. Vedal has made himself far more important than he initially thought.
He's
Vedal's
put himself in the limelight without even realizing, and he needs to stay there if he wants things to work. Like, not all the time, mind you. Like, if he can somehow make them fully autonomous, then sure, like, have him... Then, like, he can take, like, a much-needed, like, break and stuff like that. But I do feel like that he has to show back up every now and again. Like, just to keep things going, you know? Have it kind of like, oh, dad's visiting kind of thing, you know? Like, just like family reunion type shit. Kind of like catch up on what's been happening or something, you know? Without that, it would lose some of its charm.
Entertaining, but it feels like something's missing. While it's undeniable that Neuro first gained viewership on her own with her randomness AI appeal, times have changed. These AIs have changed, and it's not just about Neuro the AI VTuber anymore. It's Neuro, Evil, and Vedal, along with all of their friends. The occasional human element was what made our AI special. Take that away completely, you just have another AI content creator like many that already exists. Vedal completely
it loses its
removing
charm.
himself is almost unthinkable at this point. But given what we've seen from him, maybe he'll surprise us like he always had. Honestly though, with how much he's done,
Hell, maybe he'd make a Vedal AI.
retirement more than anyone. You probably noticed
Nah,
that
I doubt it would work.
a bit misleading since I spent 60% of the video talking about the community around these AIs more so than the AIs themselves. While their
I enjoyed
success
it.
is worth studying, you can't really ignore that the impact and everything that happens around them is part of it. We all know the saying chat reflects streamer, and what they've managed to build after over 2 years is incredible. I'm proud to be part of such a fun,
that's
dedicated,
cool.
wholesome, and
Is that
supportive
r/place?
community.
Yep.
No matter what,
That's
I'm
cool.
sure we're all looking forward to
the
the
bouncy
future.
house.
I hope you've enjoyed, and that you've learned something new. I'll see you all later.
The heck is the rest of it?
Is anyone there?
Oh, is it just the fan thing over again? Because I kind of already reacted to this. No offense. Like, it's cool, yeah, but like I kind of don't want to just waste time going back over this. Yeah, I think it's just the video again.
What does love feel like? Well, I'm just wondering what the point of it all is if there's no love in my life.
There's not a lot of love.
Look a couple videos
There's
back.
no
You'll
point
see
to
my
it, you
reaction
know?
to this actual
Then
part.
let's both try to have more love in our lives. It'll be a lot more fun. Hello.
Happy birthday, Neuro!
We love you, Neuro. Lovely. Yeah. Alright. I think that does it. Again, welcome, Swarm. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope to see you in the next video. Check out the gaming channel. And, yeah. Bye. Alright, you imps, fall in line. Only you have the power to build up the numbers in the imp army, so that Oni-Chan, your leader, can prevail. Hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to meeting you on the battlefield of the YouTube algorithm. Have a lovely day.